back to Maria Vlogs. I still don't know what my introduction should be. I'm still trying to figure that out, but I'll be honest. When I speak to my husband, I'm always like, hello or hi. Does that work out? Anyways, I figured that today I could do a get ready with me and letting you guys know how I found out I was pregnant. Oh, pardon me. 8 months pregnant now. Where when I'm filming this right now, I am still 30 weeks, but I am 2 days shy away from being 31. So I'm officially out of breath regarding everything. So yeah. So anyways, if you guys wanna hear my story and watch me get ready, keep on watching. I've already moisturized. Haven't primed, but might as well go ahead and do that right now. I'm not really gonna go in depth with what I'm using. I'm just literally just gonna get ready and talk. Also, do you guys like this position, the way I have the camera? Like I'm trying to figure out if I like it or not. But it's, you can see my bed and you can see the window. Okay. Go ahead and get started before this turns really lengthy. I don't think I've shared a lot, but I am 22 years old. I graduated from UNCW in 2019, El Diez de Mayo, and that's Mexican Hispanic Mother's Day. So I know that was, I think I'll always remember that one because that was my mom's Mother's Day gift for me, but not really. But I know that it had a lot more meaning only because you know, my mom has always wanted us to graduate college and do something. So I guess, okay, I'll start a little bit from, I guess, a background story. So I met my husband now, friend back then, my last semester of college. So that was January 2019. Yeah, the first time we went out was January 2019. So yeah, so I didn't tell anyone because I don't know about you guys, but I have strict Hispanic parents, and they're really strict about everything. And because my mom's biggest wish was, you know, I need you to graduate and then we can visit the topic of you dating. But keep in mind, I was 20, so there was a few boyfriends in between me actually getting for real permission. So yeah. But you know, obviously wasn't gonna come introduce him to my family because they didn't want me dating until I graduated. I don't know, is anyone else's parents, or was anyone else's parents like that strict too? But so yeah, so I started seeing him in January of 2019. Then I graduated, and then keep in mind my parents still didn't know that he existed. So when I told them that a friend was gonna come over to see me, they were like a little not suspicious. And then keep in mind, this was after I've already graduated, and I came back home because my thing was that I was always gonna come back home just because I didn't know if I was gonna find a job right away after college, and then it's too expensive, especially coming out with student loans, to like go ahead and start paying those and pay not a house, like an apartment. But you know, it just wasn't I mean, granted, it's doable for everyone, but I just didn't want to be put in the position where I was and getting myself into more debt trying to live on my own. So you know, my parents were always okay with me coming back home once I graduated. So when I came back home, keep in mind, we really were still just friends. Well, just friends, let's just put it that way. And then he was set to deploy, but he wanted to come see me before he deployed. But my parents didn't know he existed. No one really knew he existed, okay? So it was just a friend coming over to see me. And they're telling my mom, hey, I have a friend that's gonna come over and see me. And I guess she knew what was up because I've never brought anyone home, for the very reason that they're very strict. So I've never brought anyone home. But I guess she knew what was going on. I I don't know, I've always been a lot more closer to my mom than I have been with my dad. So I just told my mom that I had a friend who was coming over, and so she knew that he was coming over, and she told my dad. And I guess my dad, he wasn't upset that a friend was coming over. Um, he was just, I guess, upset that I didn't tell him that I had a friend coming over. So yeah, that's how my parents came to know that I had a boyfriend at the time. Well, correction, friend, because we literally were just friends, and we decided that we were going to stay friends until he came back from deployment. Just because he would tell me the stories about people, they go on deployment, someone ends up cheating, and I don't know, I guess we just compromised that it was just gonna be better just stay friends. Oh. So yeah. So then we fast forward a year later, because this was still 2019. So a year later, COVID. Oh, good old COVID right now. We're still in COVID. Um, so fast forward a year later, he comes back from deployment, and he's back again. And my parents still are really under the impression that he's still my friend. So me and him continue to go out. My parents know he exists. I think they know that he's my boyfriend, but I still haven't come clean to them that he's my boyfriend. Because at this point, when he came back to see me at my house after he came back from deployment, me and him already established we were together, and I just hadn't told my parents yet. So there's that. I guess everyone knows how people get pregnant. I'm not gonna go into that. You see me in May. See me until my birthday. My birthday's on July 5th. And when he came to see me on July 5th, little did we know I was already pregnant. But I didn't even know. I promise you guys, I swore up and down, there was no way that I was pregnant because, I'm just going to say emergency contraceptive, and you guys just figure it out. Because I don't want my mom to see this, and then her be like, what is that? Or like, you took this. So we'll just go with emergency contraceptive. And, because I don't even think she knows. But, so we took that in May, and then fast forward to June, just because I wanted to make sure to see if it had worked, or if it didn't work. So fast forward to June, I took a pregnancy test. No symptoms, none at all. But like I said, I just wanted to make sure that it had worked, that I was fine. I am a social worker. I enjoy a good old glass of wine after I get off of work, especially at the time I was doing the type of social work that I was doing. You would always look forward to a glass of wine to unwind after a long day of work. So I just wanted to make sure that I was not pregnant, and took a pregnancy test. Had no symptoms, was feeling fine. I had just gotten my period, but I just really wanted to make sure that I was not pregnant. So I took the pregnancy test. I'll let you guys know because I took a picture of it. He didn't know I took a pregnancy test either. June 19th. I took the pregnancy test June 19th. And okay, it came out negative. Okay, emergency contraceptive worked. No need to worry about anything. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm not pregnant. Like, I can continue to drink wine. No worries. So I was fine. And I didn't let him know I was taking a pregnancy test because I didn't want to freak him. I mean, not that I was going to freak him out, but this was just me wanting to know I wasn't pregnant. So I took it, wasn't pregnant. Fast forward to my birthday. The weekend of, or that whole week of July the 4th. I'm going to come over because I think he had duty. I think that's what it's called. Gosh, I suck at any military terminology, so I apologize. That's just not something we just talk about like that. So I think he had duty, and he said that he wasn't going to be able to come down here because he had duty. And so I was like, oh, you know what, it's fine. It's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, it really was fine. So he ends up showing up, and so my mom had already planned that we were going to do like a small not even a party because COVID, but literally just between me and my family, me and my mom and my brother. Me and him have around the same birthdays. Like, we're just July the 4th is what separates us. So this all took place on July the 4th, I believe. No, yeah, July the 4th, because my brother's birthday is July the 3rd and mine's the 5th. So it's only fair that, you know, everything we do happens around July the 4th. That way, at one point we would get butthurt when we would do it on the 3rd. It's like, oh no, that's his birthday. Or when we would do it on the 5th, oh no, that's Maria's birthday. So yeah, July 4th comes, me and him are just, keep in mind, I was already pregnant, didn't know I was pregnant. My mom sent to pick up the cake for me and my brother, and me and him went, and you know, that day we would just spend it, not even prepping for a big birthday party, because it wasn't a big birthday party, but just getting food ready. We were gonna grill out, and him and my dad did all that, and me and my mom stayed inside, and I helped her a little. I don't see why I got drunk so fast, but I mean, at the time I really didn't. I was like, wow, why did I get really drunk off of 3 shots? 3, guys, just 3. And then, so yeah, I was just kind of confused, because it's like, I drink wine after work, like at least a glass of wine after work. Maybe not every day, but like here and there. And then, so I was a little confused as to why I was already like drunk. But I know I was pregnant, so yeah. I should have known something was up, because the next day we ended up getting breakfast for my birthday, and then he ended up leaving. But all the times that he's come to see me and then he's left, I've never ever gotten upset, ever. Like, because I know I'm gonna see him again. So I don't know why this go around was so much more different. When he left, I just got really, really emotional, and that's not me. Like, it's really not me. At least when he would come to see me, that's not me. I don't get emotional like that. I remember I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm just tired because I'm hungover. And to be honest, I cried a little, and then I went to sleep, and then I realized, you know what? I'm not gonna. I need to do something. So I ended up going out with my cousin that day just to go get ice cream and just, I guess, just to talk to someone and not be here alone. So that's what we did. And then fast forward 2 weeks. Fast forward 2 weeks. I was prepping to go on vacation. So that's, like, I'll be honest, I was already feeling tired. But it just didn't make I really thought it was because, you know, whenever you go on vacation, you're just like extremely exhausted, only because of you know, you have to leave everything ready. And then if you're a social worker, you know that you have monthly contacts that you have to do, and depending on when your vacation you're taking falls, that's when it you have to either see everyone that week prior, or you have to leave things planned out, and then you have to leave everything ready. And then if you're gonna go on vacation on a day that you have to turn in how much time you've worked, that way you can get paid. Like, it just, there's a lot of there's a lot that goes into taking a vacation when you're a social worker. So I figured, I was like, you know what, I'm just tired. I'm tired. I just, you know, it's because I'm prepping to take a vacation, and that's probably it. So I didn't go on vacation, and like I said, my parents' goal has always been to do good, and they've always worked so hard for us to go to school. I remember going to school, and my mom literally helping me out financially, even though I got student loans. She would still help me out, you know, when I needed money for textbooks, when I paid for food, like just grocery shopping. My mom would always, you know, come through and send and help us. And then at the time, my sister was in college too. But at the time, she had 2 daughters who were in school. So yeah, we have to take that into consideration. And we ended up taking a trip to Tennessee. We ended up leaving July 11th to go over there. And I'll be honest, I hate driving. I don't like driving in trafficy areas. I know how to drive. I have my license. If I need to go somewhere, I can do it all on my own, but I don't like driving. All of this trip is that I was going to drive all the way to Tennessee, and, you know, that was it. I was going to drive. Not because I didn't want anyone else to drive or touch my car. It was because I was determined that I was going to drive. So I drove. It was maybe like 6 hours, which wasn't bad. But, you know, I don't like driving, so I always felt really good that I drove. So So we're in Tennessee, we're on vacation, you know, we're staying busy, we're staying up late, literally, like everything. Like, you know, we're staying up late, waking up early, we're walking around a lot. So, you know, I was naturally coming back every day just tired. Literally, just tired. I come back from Tennessee and I still have like a few days of vacation. I had to babysit my niece because my sister had to work. Fast forward too much. So then when we got back from Tennessee, I was just tired. Cause you know, waking up, sleeping late, just the drive back. So when I got back, you know, all I wanted was something really, really cold. And I guess I was just dehydrated too. Then I found some really cold water in the fridge, and there was this chamoy paste. Like when people make micheladas and they rim it and they stick it in that paste. So that was there in the fridge, and I knew it was so cold. I knew it was like picosito, and I knew, you know, it just appealed out to me. So then you have me there, just dipping my finger in the chamoy paste and eating it and eating it. And then I started to feel like really sick, like a few hours later. And I don't get sick like that. I don't get sick fast. I just nothing. I don't want to say I have like a strong stomach, you know, like, but I really don't get sick. So then I figured, I was like, you know what? It's probably because I'm really tired. I'm like, my head's really hurting right now. It's like, it's probably because I'm tired. I need to go to sleep. And then I felt like I was gonna throw up, and I ended up throwing up all that chamoy out. And then I was like, oh, well, you know what? It's probably because I'm tired. So then the next day, I had to babysit my sobrina because my sister had to go to work. And that night, I got the best sleep ever. I didn't wake up at all. I slept all through the night, and then best sleep, literally best sleep ever. And then my mom is around there, and then she's like, Sophie, cuando te vayas, tu tía se va a ir a dormir because mira esas ojeras que tiene. Like, se ve bien cansada. And I'm just here like, ojeras? I'm like, from where? Like, you know, like I got the best sleep ever. It's like, why do I have ojeras? You know, like I don't feel tired. I feel really energized. So, you know, that was the first red flag because for our family, when you start looking at like very demacrada and ojerosa and, you know, pale and like, so I was like, okay, well, you know, maybe it's because of all of those veladas. And then literally last minute again, because we never do, well, actually, yes, we do a lot of things last minute, but they don't like doing that. So that day I was also talking to my mom and my sister. I was like, hey, what if we just randomly go to the beach this Friday? Like, you know, like we'll wait for mom when she gets off of work and we'll just drive up there. I was like, to minimize the cost on comida, we'll just pack sandwiches, pack juices, and, you know, just to minimize. So literally the only thing we have to do is just pay for gas. So then we're like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. So that's what we did. So that night, because I think when I took care of my sobrina, it was that Wednesday. So then we go to Thursday night. I'm already awake really late because, you know, I'm trying to get things ready for the next day. And then, so I go to the bathroom, you know, to pee. And then no, this is TMI, okay? But I go to the bathroom to pee and I wipe. And I'm just like, to all the girls out there, you know, like, right before your period's about to start and you like manage to catch it before you make a mess. So it's still like that light pinkish. So yeah, when I wiped, that light pinkish came out, and I remember just being there like, it's like, really, the time that we plan a trip to go to the beach, I would be the one to get my period. So I was already frustrated. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to sleep now, and that way I don't feel like crap in the morning. And so yeah, so I'm here positive that I had started my period. And then, so yeah, we think I started my period, and I was slightly not disappointed, only disappointed because I didn't want to go to the beach when I'm on my period. I mean, granted, people do, but I just didn't want to be it. Even though I don't get in the water, I just didn't want to be super duper uncomfortable while I was there. So then I woke up the next morning, and I was no longer, when I wiped after I peed, it was no longer like a light pink. I was like, whoa. was like, so are you just, I was like, in my head I was like, period. So are you just like playing around with me right now? Like, I started yesterday, but you're just gonna come at me on the trip there. So just play it safe. I put a panty liner just in case I like, you know, it got stronger throughout the day. And so yeah, so then we went the whole day to the beach. I drove again. So when we got to the beach and we were close to the water, I just snapped. I remember being so exhausted, I just snapped. And so yeah, we spent the whole day at the beach when we stopped, so we could pee before we made the drive back home. I noticed that my panty liner was clean, no lights, no light pink, nothing. I was like, huh, that's a little funny. And then I was like, okay, that whatever. But prior to that, my cousin had gone with us too, and I had told her, I was like, I don't know why. I was like, I think I started my period. Like it was um, it was light pink, but I don't think I started. And then so yeah. So then she's like, yeah. I was like, you might want to take one just in case. I was like, but I really took one the day in June. And she's like, just take one just in case. I was like, and in the back of my head, I was like, I probably should. But so yeah. But I didn't. And then we got home. We stayed that day at the beach. We stayed at least to see the sunset. So like by the time that happened, it was close to 8, and we didn't get home till like midnight. So I still woke up and I was really tired. But you know, keep in mind I was still on vacation. We had done a lot. We were just, you know. Okay, guys. So my camera died, so I ended up just finishing getting ready. I didn't do my eyebrows because of me going to go get them done here in a few minutes. But just to finish that off, when we got back from the beach the next day, I've assumed that I was just really exhausted because of, you know, just feeling exhausted. The drive, we got home at midnight. I still showered, and it wasn't probably like until 2 when I went to sleep. So then the next day, my mom and dad and brother were gonna go out and do something, and they invited me to tag along. But I'll be honest, that whole day I was just coming at my brother and my dad, just being like, it's like, you guys need to do this, you guys need to do that, and just snapping at everyone in general. So I just told them, it's like, hey, I'm not going. I'm just gonna stay home and just take a nap and unwind because I'm tired. I go back to work on Monday too. So they understood and they left me here at the house. But in the back of my mind, um, my cousin's thing, I was like, maybe you should take one just to make sure. And I was like, So I was like, while they left, I went to our drugstore here and I bought a few tests. And you know what? This was my plan. I was gonna take the test. I knew I wasn't pregnant, and then I was gonna take a nap, honestly. So I took the test because in my head I knew I wasn't pregnant. There was no way I was pregnant because I took the test in June and it came out negative. So yeah, I'm here taking the test and I'm like, it's like, okay. I was like, I know how to take it, and then I took it and it came out positive. I'm like, oh shoot. I promise you guys, my heart just stopped. I got scared. Literally everything, every emotion you can think of happened. And I didn't know what to do, so I called my sister, I FaceTimed her, and I just pulled out the test, and I was just like, and then she's like, no, and I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, it's, I'm pregnant, I think. And then, but I still wasn't fully convinced, so I took like 2 more that day, and I took 2 more early the next day, and then Monday morning before work, I took 1 more just to make sure, and they all came out positive, no delay, positive. But I was still like, I'm not pregnant, and I'm not gonna say I'm pregnant. I'm gonna say I might be pregnant until I go to the doctor. So my sister was the only one that knew. That's how I found out I was pregnant. I think it was a little too much. Let me know if you guys want to see a part 2, as in how I told my husband I was pregnant. Oh yeah. Also, I couldn't tell my husband right then and there because he was at a training and he didn't have his phone on him, and the little time that he did have it on him, you know, I just wasn't about to blurt out news like that to him. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see a part 2 of how I told him, how I told my mom, and what happened afterwards. But anyways, thank you so much for listening and listening to me ramble. Anyways, let me know if you guys want to see the second part. focus. Okay,